We're live. Hi, everyone. It's been a while since I've been on my channel because we've been dedicating our efforts to our family channel, to the kids' channels, and I just wanted to come over and see who's out there to say hello. Oh, the numbers are going up. Hi, everybody. Hi.
Anthony Semino.
Hi, Anthony. You're the first one here. How's everyone doing? And so last Sunday, I went live on my Instagram and I got 4,645 people there. And this week, I love you too. Thank you. Papa B, who's right here with me,
Hey guys,
he's my
how's it
technology
going?
guy.
Hello.
He said, why don't you go live to your community on YouTube? And so here I am. Thank you. I love you so, so, so much. And I'm so happy to see so many beautiful people here. And I just thought I'd join you guys and say hello, see how everyone's doing, see if there's anything you guys want to talk about, if you have any questions, or if you need any advice on anything. Oh, thank you guys. So many beautiful, beautiful messages. What are you doing during COVID? Well, it's been interesting actually, this whole COVID time, because I think that it's really brought into perspective what's important in life. And so I kind of feel like, needing to stay home more home time has given us more personal reflection time and quiet, right? Where we can be alone with our thoughts. And whereas I find that life was so busy, people were running all the time and rushing to one thing and another thing and going shopping and going to events and seeing people 2, 3, 4 times a day or in the weekend. And I felt like the world was a little bit out of control in consuming mostly. It wasn't sustainable. We needed to get back to a simpler way of life. And so I think that what this COVID time has done is get us back into that simpler time where we're spending time with our loved ones. I know there's a lot of people that we can't spend time with because of restrictions or because of travel bans. But I think that overall, it's going to bring in a new way of doing things. And if anything, the world, do you find that the world is cleaner now? People are wearing masks, they're not breathing on each other. When people are sick, they stay home. Whereas, it wasn't too long ago, people with fevers and they were sick would go out into the world and cough on each other, and kids were being sent to school when they were sick. So, yeah, so that's what it is. It's a new world, and we can either resist it and be really upset and frustrated, or we can just say, hey, it is what it is, and go with the flow and do everything that we can to integrate and just protect our mental health. So that's where we are now. What other questions are there? Parenting advice. I have a 3-year-old and a 10-month-old. Yes. What's the name here? Diana. Parenting advice, definitely. Spend time with your children. So I think that where parents go wrong in raising children is they think, okay, I'm going to have a kid, and then they don't want to spend time with their child. It's really, really bizarre where they think that a child is just like a little doll that you dress up, and take your Instagram pictures and then not spend time with them. And I think that what has been key for us as parents is, first of all, we decided to have children. It's a very serious decision. And so we don't leave it to fate. Oh, if it happens, it happens. If it doesn't, it doesn't. No, parenting is very serious, and having kids is very, very serious. So it's a decision that you make. It's a lifelong one. And once you have kids, you spend as much time with them, giving them love, giving them attention, giving them guidance, teaching them. I feel like from morning to night is filled with teachable moments. And it's our job to teach them. It's not the school's job. It's not teachers' jobs. It's our jobs to make them really, really good people. And kids model what they see. And so if they see you being a loving, kind person in your household, that's what they will mimic. That's what they will model. And so one of the things that I read is that when a child lives in an environment that's free from anger, fear, trauma, like yelling, stuff like that, it allows their nervous system to relax, which then encourages them to find their gifts, their inner gifts that they have inside of them to determine who they are, right? Who are we? We are all different, beautiful gifts, and we all have our own individual passions and gifts that we have. Like, for example, Papa's amazing at technology and he's a really good business manager. And so that's what he has contributed to our family. Our daughter is a singer. Our son is amazing at gaming and also a singer. And so when the environment is calm and relaxed and loving and accepting, then people tend to shine more and not have to worry about fights breaking out or, walking around in fear or walking on eggshells. And so that's what I would say is spend as much time with your kids. Give them an environment that is conducive to being healthy. So healthy eating, exercise, getting a good night's sleep, limiting stuff like soda, greasy food, make sure you have a healthy, balanced diet along with the treats. We love our donuts and our chips and our chocolate, of course. But yeah, be a good model to your child. What would a good parent look like? Be that person.
Great. Some good questions here.
Okay.
Do you go out a lot? Like for groceries or something?
Oh my goodness, what an amazing question. Who asked it?
X Blue Boba Tia X.
X Blue Boba TX. Do I go out a lot? This is one of the smartest questions I've ever received. I don't. I don't leave my house a lot, and I'll tell you why. I've done a lot of work over these last 15 years, a lot of healing, because I suffered a lot of trauma in life. I carried a lot of pain with me, and I was in a really dark place. And so I went out to learn about suffering. I wanted to learn about joy, love, pain. So we call that awakening, right? You go through an awakening and you begin to understand who you are and what your place is in the world. As such, as I've come to this awakening, it's really hard for me to be in the world. So it's really hard for me to leave my house, to go out and integrate with human beings who are not awakened and human beings who are vibrating really low, like at the vibration of hate, fear, gossiping, people who are selfish, who are inconsiderate of others. It's hard for me to be around people like that because I feel depleted. My energy depletes. I don't feel good about myself. I get tired. I eat more, right? I get really lazy. And so I have to keep my energy really, really high because of who we are and what we do for a living. We're very, very public and well known. And so I know that as soon as I step out of my front door, people will know who I am, and I tend to give a lot because I'm an empath. So as an empath, because I give love to everyone and I like to leave people better than I found them, I have to make sure that when I'm at home and I'm alone, I need to fill my energy tank. So I spend a lot of time doing exercise, sleeping well, eating well, reading a lot of books. I like to feed my mind so that I can educate myself and share what I've learned with all of you. And so I don't go out a lot. And I'm very, very particular about who I spend my time with. And so I will only spend time with people who are like-minded as I am. So people who are very loving, very passionate, who have bigger ideas. We can talk about climate change, and we can talk about feminism, and we can talk about raising spectacular kids, and we can talking about doing amazing things in the world. I don't like to have conversations that are superficial or mean, gossipy. I don't like those kinds of things. And so finding people that are on the same level as me hasn't been easy, but there are a lot of people who are wonderful, who are kind souls. And those are the people that when I do go out, I spend time with them, but mostly I am home. I love being home.
Here's another question from Barris Fueler.
Barris Bueller.
Barris Fueler.
I love that.
How could I manage my social anxiety? I've been in therapy and I've gotten, I think, maybe a little bit better, not in person, but like working with others or having a job. and living life. So how can I manage my social anxiety?
So I have also big time social anxiety. I have to psych myself up just to step out of the front door, just to be around other people. Like Papa always jokes that I'm an alien, that I'm not really from this earth, that I am here to awaken the world and bring love to the world. And so when I am especially in a social setting, I have to really trust my energy and what my body and my gut is telling me. And so I cannot be in loud environments. I can't do it like being, for example, at a party where the music is really loud and you can't hear people talking to each other and people are yelling in your ear and spitting in your face is awful for me. And especially because I'm OCD and kind of a germaphobe. So I have to be very choosy of where I go and what kinds of environments I put myself into, and recognizing, you know what, this place is not for me. Like this party or this environment or this social setting is not good for my nervous system, because my nervous system just goes on hyper alert, especially if I don't feel safe with the people that I'm with or in the environment. And because I'm a trauma survivor, I'm always looking around at who is in the area. I'm always scanning, right, to make sure that I am safe and that the people around me are safe. And so I think that when it comes to social anxiety, it's recognizing what are your triggers. And so my triggers are not feeling like I'm not in control. And so if there are people who are being loud and rude and mean, I know that I have to get out of that environment because it doesn't feel comfortable to me. It doesn't feel safe. Being with people who are loving and kind, not with narcissists or sociopaths or psychopaths. Like, I can't be with people like that. And so just recognizing what are your triggers and being willing to say no. And then trusting what your body is telling you. So if your body is saying, oh, I really don't want to be here, don't be there. Plain and simple. And not everyone is good for you. Not even relatives. So society says that we have to be with our relatives and sit around the table and hold hands and sing kumbaya. But there's relatives you cannot be with. It's very hard and sometimes impossible to be with relatives. And yes, I'm talking about parents, siblings, aunts, uncles, cousins. If people are toxic, don't spend time with them. Plain and simple. So I know society tells us that we have to love everyone and be wonderful with everyone, but that's just not the reality. And so if you really want to protect your energy and your mental health, be very, very, very selective with who you give your time and energy to.
That's good. Someone is having trouble getting a good night's sleep.
Getting a good night's sleep, who's that?
Sunny3.
Okay, so
I find it so hard to get a good night's sleep.
I hear you, Sunny3, getting a good night's sleep. Yes. Okay, so here's what I do. Keep a notepad or a notebook by your bed. Before you go to sleep at night, write down all your thoughts. Get them out of your head and onto paper, okay? And that's gonna be there in the morning. So you don't have to ruminate over your thoughts, right? Because we all have these monkey brains that never stop. Have you ever noticed your brain never stops going? And we have hundreds and hundreds of thoughts. And some of these thoughts aren't even real, right? We worry, we're anxious about the future. So write down everything, even if it's pages and pages long. Get everything out, put it down. Make sure that your environment is conducive to calm and peace. So if you're in a house and there's people partying until midnight, no, that's not good. So here in our home, once 8 o'clock p.m. hits, it's quiet. We dim the lights, we might watch a program. The volume is not loud. So I can't stand loud volumes in the house because it's not good for my nervous system. And so the way that I speak now, this is how we speak at home. Like, we don't yell. Yelling is not also good for nervous systems because then you go to sleep and you're all jacked up. Limit your sugar. Be very, very careful. So if you're drinking a can of Coke right before bed or a coffee, terrible. So be mindful of what you're putting into your body, like past 6 p.m., right? So you shouldn't be eating heavy meals right before you go to bed because you don't want your body to be digesting while you're sleeping. Light meals or no food right before bed. Apparently, warm milk is really good. I like warm milk with a few drops of vanilla in it. Limit your technology, your screen time. So you don't want to go on Instagram and see everyone arguing with each other over politics and stuff, because that's also going to aggravate your nervous system. Pick up a book that makes you happy, where you are calm, at ease, and that's also going to help to get a good night's sleep. And watch your caffeine during the day. You don't want to drink too much coffee. So I love coffee, and sometimes I can drink too much coffee and then I can't sleep at night. And then the next day I'm drinking even more coffee just to stay awake. So no, now I limit my coffee so that at night my nervous system is not all jacked up. I'm not so awake, so I can sleep better. And take deep breaths, and you can breathe. So if you find that you can't sleep, count your inhales. So when you inhale for 1, 2, 3, 4. Exhale for 1, 2, 3, 4. And you keep doing that. You keep inhaling and exhale to the count of 4. And that will also slow down your breathing, which will make you doze off to sleep. I hope that helps.
That's really good. That's really good advice. Music Arena, part of the Mod Squad.
Music Arena!
What's up, Music Arena?
Thanks for being here.
Good question from Music Arena. What advice would you give someone who is struggling with their diet? I have tried so many diets, but could never stick to them. Is there any form of plan you would recommend?
100%. And I struggle with the same thing. I love food. I love eating, and food loves me back. And so you guys know how much I love to cook. Like, to me, food is life. It's love. It's the soul. And especially feeding the people that I love and seeing the looks on their faces when they're happy with the food that I've prepared with my hands. To me, that's life-giving. So here's what I would recommend is don't see it as a diet, because diets don't stick, diets don't work. See it as a lifestyle change. You know, it's interesting that you asked this question, because I was saying to Papa B this morning, I said, you know, when I used to be very low and depressed and sad, and I didn't feel like a strong person, but I would say to myself, what would a strong person do right now? So even if you don't feel like you're a strong person, mimic the behavior that a strong person would do. So what would a strong, healthy, person with vitality do? So they would wake up in the morning, they would make time to exercise. And I'll tell you that I would say 3 out of 5 times that I exercise, I don't feel like doing it. I don't have the energy, I don't have the mindset, but I put my clothes on, I put my running shoes on, I grab my water bottle, and I show up. Just keep showing up, do what you need to do. You need to, really plan your meals. And what I mean by that is, so say for example, you're gonna indulge, right? So yesterday we indulged. We had Indian food, the most beautiful Indian food, lots of bread, lots of carbs. So today I didn't have any carbs. I limited my carbs. I only had protein and salads, eggs, chicken. That's what I do. And so I have to plan my meal. So if I know that I'm gonna have pasta on Monday, guess what? I'm not having pasta for the rest of the week. And I'm gonna make sure I have lots of fruits and vegetables and healthy food. And that's how you balance. And so be careful with the treats, especially having had Halloween. We have boxes of candy, and I want candy every day. I want chocolate and potato chips, but you have to practice self-discipline. You have to know how to parent yourself, right? Essentially, imagine you are your own parent and you have to, give yourself, no, don't have that. You already had treats yesterday. You shouldn't have it again today. And so it's that level of self-control and self-discipline. You have to have it, because otherwise we go way overboard. There's nothing I want more than to eat 6 donuts all at once, but I don't do it because it's not good for me. And I love how I feel when I'm strong and I'm healthy. And it's not even about the size that you are. It's about how do you feel? Like, can you run up the stairs and not be huffing and puffing? Or are you sweating every moment of the day? Like I remember when we were dating, and Papa B was a lot heavier, and he would sweat all the time
I
from
would
morning
sweat
to
like
night.
crazy.
He was always sweating, and I'm like, dude, why do you sweat so much?
I sweat a lot. I meant like my pits were all sweaty.
All the time. And we got on a healthy journey together. And so he started exercising first.
Yep.
And I would look at him and go, he looks happy, you know? And I don't want to get left behind. I kind of want to go through this with him. And now we cannot imagine not exercising. And we do it together. We hold each other accountable. And so, you know, he'll say, are we going to exercise today? And my mind and my ego is saying, I don't feel like it. I didn't sleep well. I don't want to do this. But I'm like, yes, I want to be healthy. I want to be, you know, that grandmother who's running with her grandchildren. I want to live a long life so I'm around for my kids, for my husband. I want to be here long enough to see the world change towards love.
Oh yeah,
right?
absolutely.
Loving each other. And so that's what it is. It's what kind of life do you want? Where do you want to see yourself in 5 years? Do you see yourself, you know, taking a bunch of pills for cholesterol and for heart disease and for all these things? Or do you see yourself strong and healthy and powerful and living your best life? So really, it comes down to you. You are the only person that can make that decision. And we'll tell you from two people that have made that transition from being unhealthy. I'm not going to say overweight, because I know some people get triggered and saying, just because someone is a little bit bigger doesn't mean they're not healthy. I can only tell you from my experience, when I was 80 pounds heavier and I was huffing and puffing just from walking around, I didn't feel good about myself. Whereas now, where I can honestly say that I'm in better shape today than when I was in my 20s, I just feel good about myself. I feel strong. I feel healthy.
You have so much more energy.
And so much more energy. I'm not as tired as I used to be. Also because I'm not eating the bad foods. So we still eat some of those to treat ourselves, but for the most part, we try to live a balanced, healthy life.
It takes work. It takes a lot of work. Everything that's worth it takes work
and dedication.
Yeah, you just gotta get to it. You just gotta put on your shoes, get your shorts on, and just sweat. Whether it's you're gonna do sit-ups or push-ups or jump, even if you do jumping jacks every day for 15 minutes for the next month, do that.
For yourself, you're doing this for yourself. You're committing to yourself, and then you look in the mirror and you're like, I love you so much.
Yeah.
Look at yourself and say, I love you. I'm here for you. I want the best for you. Can you imagine?
That's pretty cool. That's awesome.
What else,
I like how
Papa?
we're like on the right side of the camera, but it's good because then the chat is like on this side.
I love
I'm gonna
it.
read the chat from the phone here. All right, let's see what we got. What would you tell someone who struggles with anger issues? Because I hate getting mad. Please help me. Autumn Forbes. Autumn Forbes hates getting mad. How do we deal with these anger issues?
So Autumn Forbes, I'm gonna get very, very personal here, okay? And I had the same issues. I had anger issues, and I didn't understand where it came from. And a lot of it is because my inner child was angry because I wasn't seen and heard as a child. I don't know why my nose is itchy. I have crazy allergies.
Yeah, it's weird. It's like as soon as the weather changes.
So, and this was all through therapy. I had therapy with this magnificent psychotherapist. And we got to the root of the issue in that when I was a child, I lived in an environment where I didn't feel safe. No one checked in with me emotionally. I had to grow up really fast and be like a child adult. I had a lot of resentment to the people that were supposed to protect me. And that's where that anger stemmed from. Fast forward now to I'm an adult and I have the pressures of life, the pressures of marriage, the pressures of family, the pressures of children. And when I have a trigger, right? So I had to learn what my triggers are. And there are certain people who trigger me. I would explode and blow up and go from 0 to 1,000,000 instead of slowing down and saying, okay, why is this triggering me so much? It's hard to do when you're in the moment and you are ready to blow up and like punch something. So I had to slow down and say, what is this trying to teach me? What is something that I haven't healed within me? What is this reminding me of my childhood? And so this was a lot of awakening for me, where I had to bring up really hard memories from my childhood and heal from them. And there was a lot of crying, a lot of pain, but I had to bring, kind of like when you're stirring a pot and all the vegetables come to the surface, it's like that, where you go back and it's like, what didn't I receive as a child that I really, really needed, which transformed into anger. And now I have to transform that anger into love and patience, because it's not healthy to be angry. And it's especially not healthy when our kids see that. When our kids are around that anger, that's how they learn to react to life, which makes us not resilient. We have to be resilient. So when life gives us lemons, we make lemonade. We don't resist. We cope and deal with whatever life gives us, right? In a positive mindset, and then we keep going. But if we get angry easily, we have a saying in Spanish, if you drown in a glass of water, if you have like a small issue and you lose your mind and you go crazy, no, you have to stay calm and think, okay, how can I get through this? What do I know to be true? What are the facts? How can I deal with this? How can I be a mature person, right? Instead of going back to that wounded child. The wounded child gets mad because they're frustrating, because they're not getting what they need at that moment. They're not being heard. And so instead of going back to being that wounded child, how can I be that healthy adult that makes decisions from a place of love, awareness, kindness, patience to myself and to everyone around me?
Wow. That was very well said. Okay, we'll do one more question. And then if you guys want to see Mama B go live again, maybe next week on YouTube, let us know and tell everybody.
Flood the chat.
Flood the chat, guys. Flood the chat.
If you want me to do this regularly, this is a way that I can serve the community, right? It's my way of saying thank you for everything that you guys have done for my family. Thank you for everything you've done for us, for making us a part of your lives. I want to serve you and to heal you and make you better by doing this. It's just a way that I can show my love and to let you know that you are not on this journey alone, that we are here for you, we love you, you're special, and that you matter.
We have Harmon Paul Kalsi. I'm on the beginning of my spiritual journey. Do you have any advice? I've been drained a lot and I don't know how to keep my energy up.
Oh my goodness! Okay, Harmon, ¿cómo?
Harmon Paul Kalsi.
Harmon Paul Kalsi. Oh my goodness. You are on the best journey of your life. 15 years ago, I started my spiritual journey, and I had no idea where it would take me. I wanted God, the universe, energy, life, to teach me. And so I opened myself up and I said, take me where you want, use my life. But I want to understand, why am I here? What is my purpose? And life took me to Bangladesh. I've gone to India. I went to Nepal, to the Himalayas, which I later found out Jesus went to the Himalayas. And I've had so many moments where I wanted to experience suffering and understand why we're all here. And when they say we are one, what does that actually mean? When you open yourself up to this journey, and I've been asked, what's the difference between spirituality and religion? So religion is that you're studying about someone else's experience. Spirituality is your own experience, where you come to realize who you are inside and what do you call it when you say the ending? When you say the ending to like a show or a movie? Not plot twist. You know what I mean?
Like,
when you give the ending of the movie?
Spoiler alert?
Spoiler alert.
Ah, yes.
So the spoiler alert is, you are God inside. We are all God inside. And I'll show you, we're in my bedroom right now. And this is my wall of inspiration right here. This is a very private look into my bedroom, my personal space. And you will see here a very special portrait of Jesus, okay? and I have come to have a very, very special relationship with Jesus, but not only Jesus, like with all of the spiritual teachers that have come before us. And there's so much information that I can teach you, that I can give you. And hopefully you're all open to it, because I would love nothing more than to teach you about it. But when you come to realize who you really are, when you come to discover your divinity, when you get out of the matrix, when you live outside of the matrix, life will change completely for you. And that's when you will experience true love and true freedom. So start asking the big questions. Just ask them, speak them out loud. Say, life, I want to know. Teach me, please. Bring the people that need to come into my life. Guide me to the books that I need to read. Take me to the places. Use my life. And you will be amazed at the journey that comes before you. There is more to this life than feel that the material world that we have been led to believe we're here for. We're not here on this earth to party, eat, drink, sleep, and work. We are not here to do that. We are here. We are spiritual beings having a human experience, and we are here to change the world, to unify, to come to realize our own divinity, who we really are inside. We are infinite love, infinite light, and we are capable of doing anything. But we have layers, so much layers of darkness, of hate, of ignorance that have been put on us because of social conditioning, by our parents, by our environments. When we uncover all of that and discover the truth, oh my God, you are on the best ride of your life. You will never look back. And it doesn't mean that suffering ends. Suffering will always be there because we are trying to understand ourselves. We are understanding ourselves as pure consciousness. But you will see suffering completely different. You will not suffer anymore mentally. You will see it all as part of growth, as part of the journey. And you will never, ever again allow yourself to get to a place where you feel desperate and alone and feeling like no one else understands. We're all doing the same thing on this planet. We're all experiencing the same thing. And like Ram Dass says, we're all just walking each other home. That's how we are all the same. That's what they mean by we are all one. Yeah. And so if ever you guys are open-minded and would love to do a meditation, I would love to do that. There's nothing more than unifying all of you, and especially our young people. If you can learn spirituality at a young age, oh my goodness, this is what they should be teaching in schools, is who you really are, how to breathe, understanding your energy centers in your body so that you can have more energy. I love when people ask me, Mama B, what are your anti-aging tips? It's like, guys, it's all about energy. It's because I've learned about energy and I know how to protect my energy, how to feed my energy, how to have more energy, how to live from a place of love. When you come to live at a place of love, okay, so love is up here. So we're vibrating on a 5-dimensional level. People who hate and are angry and fearful and people who hurt other people are vibrating at a 3-dimensional frequency, okay? We don't bring ourselves down here. We don't lower our frequency to be with these people. We require that they level up to come and match our frequency. And when that happens, the whole entire world will change and we will all be living from a place of love. And another plot twist, when you vibrate at that level of love, life feeds that. Life only understands the word yes. So if you're a jerk and you live your life from a place of jerkness, I know you're looking at
jerkness, I like that.
The world is gonna feed you situations of jerk and meanness and negativity. Whereas when you're vibrating at that high level and the universe and God is saying yes, yes, it starts to feed you all of that as well.
Yeah, amazing.
Let's meditate. Oh my goodness, is that Maya? What was that name? Oh, sorry, I'm not allowed to touch technology.
Let's meditate, Mama B.
What's the name there?
Maite Zamaripa.
Maite?
Maite Zamaripe.
Let's meditate. Okay,
Maite
guys, are you
Zamaripe.
open to meditating? Can we close this off with a meditation?
Sure,
Can I
I'm gonna go over
feed
here.
you? And what I mean by feeding you is, can I give you my love? Can I give you my care and my energy? I want to give you Mama B energy. I want to fill your hearts and your spirits and your souls with love energy. Okay, so here's what we're gonna do, okay? And maybe you've never meditated before, and that's totally cool. That's even better because we can do it together.
Sweet.
And you're in a safe environment. You are loved and you are safe and you are protected, okay? So the first rule about meditation is you don't need to sit, perfectly like they do in the pictures, like, right? Because for some of us, that's not comfortable, especially for trauma survivors. This is not a comfortable position. Like, you might want to lie down on your back. You might want to lie down on your side. You can lie down on the floor. You can lie down on your bed, whatever's comfortable for you, okay? Because I've been meditating for a long time, this actually is comfortable for me. I can sit for hours with my eyes closed. And so what I want you to do, okay, is find a comfortable place, and that means either sitting or lying down. And I want you to close your eyes. If you don't feel comfortable closing your eyes, you don't have to, but I'm gonna close my eyes, okay? And we're gonna connect to each other. And since I can't be with you in space, right? We're gonna connect our breath together. And that is the number one thing that we can be grateful for, is our breath. So take an inhale now and let it out. Take another inhale in and let that out. With our eyes closed, I want you to continue to focus on your breath. Because the more that you focus on your breathing, the less intrusive your thoughts will be. As you focus on your breath, I want you to let your body go. And what I mean by that is, if you're holding tension in your shoulders or between your eyebrows, let it go. I want you to release the weight of the world that you might carry on your shoulders. Imagine a big bag with all your worries, whatever makes you nervous, whatever you're dealing with. Imagine you're taking this bag off your shoulders and setting it aside. And it will still be there when we're done. But right now, you're coming to a place of calm. I want you to imagine a bright light that's in your soul, inside you. And maybe you've neglected this light. Maybe you don't even know that it's there. But this bright, beautiful light now is getting brighter. And the more you focus on it, and the more you breathe, this light gets hotter and bigger and brighter. This love that you have inside you is like a fountain. And anytime you want, you can always come back here to this place where you can just sit or lie down and breathe. Breathe for that inner light that you have in you, for that fountain of all that is good and right and whole and complete and beautiful that's inside you, because you're perfect. And maybe you notice that your breathing has slowed down and you're a little bit more relaxed. And your shoulders are relaxed. And your body is relaxed. And in this place, you can ask for wisdom. Open yourself to be a vessel of love, knowledge, and wisdom, not just for yourself, but for the whole entire world. Take a deep inhalation in and let that go. Sitting here for just a few more moments, basking in this love and this light, knowing that you can always come back here. It's available to you 24 hours a day. All you need is your breath. Your breath is your life energy. On the count of 3, we're all going to open our eyes together as one big family. 1, 2, 3. From my heart to yours, I send you love, I send you peace, abundance, strength. I love you so much, and I hope that you have been able to find that love for yourself, that love that is overflowing, that never ends. And when we all find this love that lives inside of ourselves, we are going to awaken the collective together. And this is how we're going to change the world, through love and through our breath. Namaste. Namaste, for those of you who don't know, namaste means the light that I have in my heart, I see in you. I see in you beauty. I see in you all that I want for this earth. Peace, love, gratitude. Namaste, from my heart to yours. See you again soon.